Well, folks, do apologize for that. You're welcome back. Hopefully, if you're watching the other video at some point, not live, of course, because again, the live stream, by the way, I want to be able to say that it's absolutely okay that if you're not watching the live stream live, this lounge is my late night stay up for insomniacs, mostly. But night owls like me, I don't think I'm an insomniac because I could go to sleep. I like being up at night. The day I have to be up. Most of the time in the day, I have to be up. I like being up at night. I enjoy this. But sometimes my schedule doesn't permit me to really do this at 11:30, 12 o'clock at a time that where maybe I can get some more live viewers that are still up around 12 o'clock, willing to willing to actually be on live with me, interact with me on a genuine level. And yes, folks, we're doing business here. Okay, we're about to embark into business, and I want to make sure that in case we went off the line and I wasn't able to get this documented on the other show, let me take an opportunity now because technically this will be at the beginning of the show. So technically, I'm moving in the form of where most mainstream moves, but technically, most people who are watching the brother video know I attempted. I'm going to say I attempted. I already did like almost 50 minutes of talking and tutorial sort of in the other video. And now I'm probably going to do another 20 minutes of just kind of closing out on this one. But I want to say, once again, in case it wasn't documented on the other video, that Mainframe Magazine is an LLC. That means a limited liability corporation. So that means that I'm an actual business. That means what I do, what I create, what I provide, what I sell, what I put out here is what is under this umbrella of this corporation, which means that any infringement, any perceived infringement that I can definitely prove is you trying to infringe, trying to invoke, harass my intellectual property, products that I'm trying to do, yeah, you can be sued. You know, but again, that sounds negative. It sounds negative because we kind of have to do this negative thing. Corporation, even saying a limited liability corporation. This is the life of a modern anarchist, and I think this is a conversation I'm also going to have. Maybe not on Delinquent Studios right away. Maybe this will be another live stream that I'll do on Mainframe Magazine's channel, talking about modern anarchy. Because modern anarchy, as opposed to what it was before, way before my time, and I wrote an article on that, where modern anarchy could be, with that anarchy in that time, the anarchy that people think that we really, really want could be more acted out in that time. It was, you could definitely live a separated life and a more isolated life and have your representative or no representative and it'd be just fine. And you could live on your own means because that's what people encourage. Hey, go out there, live on your own means. You want to grow things, grow it. You want to, you want to build things, build it. If you have the skill to do it, you want to build your own shit, build your own shit. Anarchy was almost made for that time. But now modern anarchy, because things are so structured now, I don't think there's really any way we're going to get things so stripped down back to that point. I just don't see it. You know, there have been conversations that have been had, and that much, yeah, I haven't fought too hard on that one. But that's why you have to be a modern anarchist. You have to use the things that are there for your benefit. I don't want to be a corporation. I'm not going to be a corporation in the traditional sense, but I have to be a limited liability corporation to protect myself and my associates, protect our intellectual property, protect what we do. So yeah, I'm putting it out there, of course, once again for those who may or may not know. Yeah, Mainframe Magazine is an LLC. So Mainframe Media, everything else that I do under, Mainframe Magazine LLC, you know, Mr. Williams Neighborhood, you know, everything that I'm going to be doing. Delinquent Studios will be protected under that situation. So it sounds negative, but like I said, it's a positive thing. It keeps people honest. That's what we got to do now. Because anarchy will, of course, dictate. You handle your own situation. How would that be handled when someone's trying to steal, money from you? When someone's trying to steal your ideas? When someone's trying to profit off of things that you create? How would how would that be handled on your own? But you have to handle things in a way that seems distasteful to you. Yes, to me personally, it would be distasteful for me to go out here and try to legislate everything, or excuse me, litigate everything is the proper way. Sorry, folks. I'm not going to stop doing this. So there's going to be once in a while that I may make a fucking boo boo on the wordplay there. But anyway, and plus I had some great material on the negative side before. I was going to make some fun, but you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it if I can get what I truly want, and that's to be left alone to do what I'm going to do, and all any view that I get with no live views. I think that's amazing. Honestly, call it what you want, say what you want. I think for no one to be watching now, and then for 15, 20 people to have watched this episode or the other episodes that I've done, to at least have watched it when only let's just say let's just keep it in the now. Well, no one's watching now. Only one person watched before. Only one person watched before. Whatever. But yet, 15, 20 people, 15, 20 views. Okay. And I make it a point, folks. By the way, I make it a point not to keep going and actually going on to the actual video to fakely add on a view for myself. I make it a point not to do that. So it is what it is. And I take it. I'm proud of it because it's mine. I earned it. I I marketed, I put it out there, I went into my communities, I connected, I did what I had to do, and those views are mine. Those views are going to be ours. The few that they are, you know, I don't hear a bunch of belly aching from my creative partner 7 Day when he looks at YouTube. He hardly goes on YouTube because he's building a following on Instagram that I just got to see. And maybe it might be a point to just go ahead on Instagram and maybe start doing that. But maybe I can convince him since he's so well versed in Instagram. Maybe it might be a better play to have him start up our Instagram thing. But we'll see. But back to the games, folks. I just want to get back to that list and make sure that we're good here. Poker, no limit Texas Hold'em poker, but we do reserve the right to switch up the way we play poker. Because no limit Texas Hold'em is fun and probably will be the most popular and most chosen way to play poker, but it won't be the only option that we have in playing poker. Texas is not the only state in the United States, and there's other places where people play poker and they play poker different ways. So we want to explore that. It's going to be a fun thing. We're going to make the show fun, folks, because again, see, the thing that people don't understand about talent is that creativity is a talent all its own. But again, it's not me protesting and saying, "Hey, that's a talent. I'm talented," because I'm not talking to any particular person. I'm not. I'm not talking to any particular person and anything that they may or may not have said. Once again, I'm making sure that I document this because, again, chess. I'm making my moves clear. So when things happen and mistakes are made and bad moves are made, and I checkmate you, not you, again, when I checkmate the situation, see, that's better. When I checkmate the situation, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be, and nothing can be done about it after that. But let's get into the checklist. Poker, blackjack. We're also going to analyze Monopoly. We're also going to do some, see, again, the casino bullshit roulette and all that karaoke. It's not a game. We possibly could make it a game. You know, get the live viewers and get the live chatters involved. We'll have people come on to the live to the live stream. We'll set up the music. We'll do the karaoke. People will judge. We'll judge it based on accuracy in the lyrics. You know, everyone will have the ability to look at the lyrics. You know, accuracy will be important. You want to get the lyrics right, folks. You know, I'm a stickler for that. I love music. I love lyrics. I'm a writer. I love lyrics. You know, I like getting the words right. I like being able to know that I said the right words because I've made fucking mistakes before. I did it. I was one of the many people in my time that thought that Blink 182 song, What's My Age Again? That I thought I walk alone to get the feeling right. I thought that's what he said. I thought that's what Mark said. I was wrong. I was so wrong. We were all, a lot of us were so wrong. He did not say, I walk alone to get the feeling right. How the fuck, when you think about it now, how the fuck does that make sense in that song? I took her out on a Friday night, but then I walk alone to get the feeling right. How's that going to get the feeling right? How, when you took a girl out and at some point you're walking alone, how does that get the feeling right, folks? You know, sometimes, you know, we're so trying to be into the song and we think that that is the way it is going to work. It, it's got to be it. That's got to be the lyric. And it's not. I wore cologne, folks, to get the feeling right. And that makes so much more sense. Because if you wear the right cologne and the girl's really liking your cologne, yeah, that's going to get the feeling right. It's going to get the vibe right. If you're smelling good, she's smelling good. I mean, of course, the girl's going to always smell great. I mean, the best smelling girls smell like some sort of fruit. At least I like that. You smell like some sort of fruit or your perfume is very fragrant. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for good smelling perfume. I'm a complete sucker for that. But anyway, karaoke is fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy challenging myself, singing songs that people wouldn't expect that you would sing. You know, like for example, like maybe this might get you interested. Singing, singing White Snakes. Is this love that I'm feeling? Yeah, you see, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of that. Is this the love? Okay, anyway, but see, that's what I'm saying, folks. Creativity is a talent all its own. And charisma, you can't buy that, folks. You can't buy it and you can't force it, no matter how hard you try. But I'm not speaking to anybody in particular. I'm not speaking to anybody in particular. So if you take that to heart, you know, hopefully it inspires you to do better. But I'm not speaking to anyone in particular. I'm just hoping to inspire people and hoping that the haters keep talking. Because, like I said before, folks, I mean, again, I'm not. I stand by my statement that when the haters stop talking about you and start talking about somebody else, you know, that's when you know. You, that's when you know it's about over for you. That's when you know. But when they keep concentrating on you, something's got to be going okay. It's got to be going a lot better than what's going for them. Again, I'm not speaking to any particular person. I'm just trying to impart advice to someone who might be dealing with haters and feeling a bit pensive, feeling a bit tense, feeling like they may want to take it to the street. Don't do it. Because the moment you make that kind of decision, you're not only going to ruin what they want to ruin for you, but you're going to ruin a lot more than that. Your life, your family's life. You know, so when you're trying to be out here, you have to understand that it's different. I mean, I know for rappers out there, MCs, street cred's a big thing, you know, but you don't want to get sued for $1 million on some hubbub bullshit because they're saying you're issuing death threats. You don't want to have that shit happen to you. Now, folks, I'm not saying that I'm Cardi B. I'm not saying that I'm an MC. I'm not saying I'm gonna blow up, on a reality show and do my music and pop off. I'm not gonna do all of that. It's not about all that, folks. It's not about that. What I'm essentially saying is, folks, that I reserve the right to be a D-list celebrity. I understand what is. I understand what notable people deal with. Not really. I do understand it now. I understand what really bugs them. I understand how, you have to grit your teeth and deal with it in another way. You would like to deal with it in a way that, you know, is scary. I'm not the loud, angry black man, but hey, I grew up where I grew up. Things happen. You don't have to be a loud guy to do bad things. You don't have to be loud about it, but shit can happen. So I mean, but you know that's for another time and for another conversation and for people that can handle that conversation, like my creative partner 7 Day at 7dayisland.com. Check out his music, check out his bar checks, check him out on YouTube, check him out on Instagram, check out Delinquent Studios on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. I'll say fascist book, but I used to say that. I used to say fascist book. I used to post pictures with a hand that usually looked like the thumbs up on Facebook, but it was doing one of these here. Hey, I kid Facebook because I have my own issues with Facebook. Once upon a time, they made me drop the journalist, nickname, middle name that I had under my name because they were hating on me. You know, it's fine. I had to put a in there because that shit just really pissed me off. When I get pissed off and I want people to understand what I'm saying, I gotta say, I used to say, what I'm saying? Nah, me? Nah, me? Wow, dude. Okay, this stuff is really fucking good. I used to get this Moscato. It's definitely Liberty something. But folks, I'm not doing this now. But I just wanted to be clear that there wasn't a margarita. Again, folks, I'm saying that because the other night I had a margarita, and that's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying it in any particular thing or situation and all of that good stuff and whatever, whatever. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying what's being constructed. I'm enjoying. That's see, it happened. It happened again, folks. You're drinking. You kind of flub on the word there. It happens. That's what live stream does. This is what this is about. This is what rock. All you people who were not racist and understood what a great show rock was, and what a great cast the cast of rock was, and what a great, you know, and what a great lead actor overall, executive producer that Charles S. Dutton, was at that time. Then this ain't for you. You don't have to listen. You don't have to. You can be sick to your stomach while I speak about how great rock was and how they would do things like live shows. They did a sitcom and they did it live. And that's in front of a studio audience where, okay, we mess up, we do another take. It's a live show. We mess up, we got to move on. Once again, while In Living Color was definitely, a place where people were able to see Jamie Foxx's comedic talents, but they were also able through rock, they were able to see Jamie Foxx in his range. Though comedic, he played a guy who had a little bit of a mental issue, on rock, and showed a little bit of a range there. It's comical, but it wasn't meant to be, bashing, making fun of. Again, the many talents of Jamie Foxx, but again, also showing you how, you know, now that one was a filler because I'm just trying to think about how to put this in a way that's not trying to be reverse racist, man. It's a hard one because just understand the Hollywood shuffle, folks. If you Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend was a new Negro before the term New Negroes came in, because for a lot of guys, a lot of comics, a lot of guys who were more like Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor was more of that whole black ghetto experience. Robert Townsend was more of the guy who, okay, maybe I wasn't that guy. I went to college. I did this, I did that. I kind of trained and studied to be an actor and studied writing and being a producer and things like that. So, my experience is a little bit different. But his experience, his black experience, was maybe not so much I grew up in the street, but it's more about, hey, I grew up, trying to be a writer, trying to be an actor, trying to make movies and shows and things that appeal to not only my people, but appeal to a wide range of people. But when I try to do stuff, when I try to do things and put scripts out there, they don't like what I'm doing. They feel like, it's not black enough. The roles that are out there for black people are more about, or African Americans. I have been thinking about that too. I, it's a hard thing, folks. Things to be discussed. Maybe that's one that can be discussed, on Delinquent Studios. You know, Maybe we review, a Black Like Me look, what I'm saying, retrospective. Maybe not so much the book, but saying, Black Like Me, are you black like me? What's black? What's, how, Africa, dealing with these different issues, dealing with, posts that I've even posted on Facebook and other social media that says, look at different countries that make it seem like their people are a certain way and fit a certain description, but yet you see certain posts are being made that, hey, wow, there's certain people in these countries that are really dark. They look just like me. Folks, if you didn't hear Anderson Silva talk, if you didn't see him, if no one told you where Anderson Silva was from, and you just looked at him, would you believe that he was Brazilian? Would you honestly? You have to honestly ask yourself that question. If you saw Anderson Silva, if you even saw, if you even saw Jose Aldo, like some of the guys I used to hang out with when I was younger. He like some of the guys I used to hang out with. He doesn't even look Latino to me. He looks black. He looks like a light skinned black dude, like some of the guys I used to hang out with. Straight up. So it lends credibility to that, folks. So again, I recommend Hollywood Shuffle. Robert Townsend. Hollywood Shuffle is a funny satirical look about a guy who's trying to make, movies not so much in a stereotypical or black exploitation way, but trying to make it in a different way. And once again, I can only say, folks, that to end out in the way of poker, I'll end out, in poker again, folks. Much like poker, I think that's why I deal with this so well. What I've dealt with, what I've dealt with so well, and I can now take the new challenge, new swing, because no limit Texas Hold'em, but poker overall, depending on how you play. When you play a long game, it's like that. You can deal with the swings and arrows, the highs and the lows. You can crush a big pot at one point and fill up, and then you think you got something, and you go deep, and your pot can be all the way down, close to nothing. You got to deal with the swings and arrows. Life is like that. Dealing with this out here is like that. You can have 70 views at one point doing one show, and then maybe have 10, 15, 20 views on another show. It happens. Is it a timing thing? Is it a frequency thing? Is it a promotion thing? Should I let it sit for a little bit longer before I actually jump right into the show? It's just got to deal with the swings and arrows. You learn, you take notes, you check out the tells, you do what you got to do, and you figure it out. But you gotta. But at the end of the day, like the old saying goes, folks, because some people like to play the person. But sometimes, but in most all times, in most a lot of situations, you have to play the cards that you're dealt. You have to play the cards. So we're gonna hit it on that, folks. It's always been 25 minutes. So when you look at that, and hopefully, if I've done a good enough job here, maybe we've elapsed to about an hour over this time, or maybe if you give me a few more minutes, permit me a few more minutes, because I'm going to close out in a very, very fun way. Again, folks, I just want to say that I'm not doing this for any particular person. I want to make sure that that's said. But I also want to make sure that it's said that this show, as all the others, are brought to you by Mainframe Magazine LLC. That is a real company, folks, real corporation. Do not play. Oh, I'm not talking to anybody in particular. I'm just saying we're a corporation. You know, it's just I hate it. It's weird to say, but it's fun. The life of a modern anarchist. You know, I think a lot of people can relate to this, and I think that once we start coining that phrase, or maybe see, and that's the thing that's going to be interesting about this debate, because maybe you have to think about it, that if you go by the basic concept of anarchy, which is solidarity, common ground, and equality, by those three, that anar- that foundation of an anarchist could still exist in modern day, regardless, because it's about solidarity. Solidarity means, hey, you know what? I respect you. It's not about, we're in this together. It's not about, you're white, you're not with us. You're a woman, you're not with us. You're younger than me, you're not with us. You're older than me, you're not with us. If you're interested in the things that we're interested in, if you're interested in the truth, if you're interested in moving forward and rising above, then solidarity, we're here, we're with you, you got our support. Common ground, believing that we all should be able to get a fair shake in life, the same start, the same opportunities. It's about what you do with them. It's not about, getting stripped of opportunities and having more chances at an opportunity. It's about having the same opportunities and the same chances at those opportunities. Same chances to shine, same chances to thrive. No one, no one trying to rig the game so that you don't thrive. And equality. It's pretty much self-explanatory if you understand equality, but it means that, hey, everyone, men, women, whatever, gays, lesbians, transsexuals, hey, we can all live together as equals. Love who you love, marry who you marry, enjoy your life. You have Utah where marrying multiple women is illegal. You have other countries where that's legal. Marrying young girls at a young age so that you can mold them and manipulate them to be as submissive as you want them to be. But all of that's cool. But it's fine. Again, folks, sometimes in life you have to play the cards that you dealt. But sometimes you get to toss in a couple of those cards and get you a better overall hand. Remember that as well, folks. You got to play the cards. But sometimes you're able to change your fortune a little bit. Let's think about that for a second as we take you home. But first, we want to have a little fun. Let's have a little fun. Bring to my favorite guy in the world. My favorite guy in the world, folks. Peaceful journey to him as he's passed away. So I guess I don't know. Call me gay. Even though I'm married for all this time, I guess I'm never going to get off this. Well, nope, nope, nope. Again, folks, I guess we can't do that either because, again, maybe that'll be misconstrued as me talking about someone if I make a reference to anything of any. See, because see, once we start talking and we start reeling off a little jab, and that's not going to happen because I'm not going to do what you expect me to do. Now, that may be a message to somebody in particular, but you don't know who that is. You can't prove who that is. You can't prove what that thing that I'm going to do is because I'm not going to do it. So I'm not doing it. So I guess you're just going to kind of understand what that is and do nothing about it because you can't do anything about it. Mainframe Magazine LLC, Delinquent Studios, 7 Day. We're coming. And let's just have a little fun because Don Rickles is the greatest guy. Red Fox, Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin, They're gonna keep coming, folks. We do our open bar. They're gonna keep coming, but I'm gonna have a little fun. Let's have it. Let's see if this one works out.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message.
There we go. Get that out of here, folks. We don't need no stinking
All
commercials.
right. Everybody line up, huh? Line up, don't be dummies, just get in line. That's fine. Gentlemen, members of the national office are coming here tonight.
Now, please, folks, I'm just playing Don Rickles because I like Don Rickles and because I can do whatever I want to on my show. And if I want to obsess over Don Rickles, I have the right to obsess over the late, great Don Rickles and Andrew Dice Clay and Red Fox and Robin Harris and George Carlin. And I will keep doing it as long as I want, as many times as I want. But don't take heart to this. I mean, I am thinking about someone as this clip plays. But again, folks, it can't be proven who I'm thinking about. So if anyone takes it to heart, they're doing it of their own free will, and anything that's done out of this will be dealt with consequences that you bring upon yourself. But I'm not talking about anyone. I'm just making a general statement again. But here we go.
For their annual inspection of this theater. Right now, I'm going to explain to you my managing style for the benefit of the new guys. So there you are, Tubby. Look like a bucket of lard on a bad day. You baby gorilla. Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people? Got a call yesterday from Baskin Robbins. They said that they're down to only 5 flavors. You're swelling up as I talk to you. Look at you. How's this? How's it doing? Hello, ice cream. Having a good time? Running around?
Folks, I'm going to tell you something. You know, people, a quick moment while I'm watching this, you're not able to watch this because it wasn't a watching thing. I just wanted you to hear this man in action, this genius. Again, obsessing. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, again, folks, I'm saying that because, you know, it's been said by other people that matter to me that sometimes I can obsess over Don Rickles. Now other people have said it, but other people who actually matter to me have often said that too. Because I talk about Don Rickles, he's a genius. But as I'm watching this, I see Chris Farley's brother, and if you watch enough of Chris Farley's movies as I have, you will notice that his brothers are in his movies a lot. And it's just an awesome thing. That guy Chris Farley, man. Once again, somebody who's departed from here, and with Chris Farley, he was gone way too soon, much like his hero John Belushi. I wish that John Belushi hadn't gone too soon the way he did, so he could still be his hero, and he still wouldn't have had this dark dream of going out the way he went out, because it was not worth it. I think a lot of good talent was lost because those two guys just lived so recklessly, and maybe was hurting. But we'll move beyond that. But that shows you how great a guy he was, how much he loved his family, how much he wanted to make them happy and to see their dreams come true. And he wasn't all about himself. And maybe that's why he turned to the drugs that he turned to, because he put so much pressure on himself to make people happy and to be there for his family and to be a success. Life is a hard thing. But again, folks, laughter is the best medicine sometimes. Let's kind of move beyond that a little bit, get back to this.
What are you laughing at? Because I called your friend a fat pig, huh? You think that's funny?
Oh, no, I was just laughing earlier when you were talking to his belly.
Did you get a horse and live in the mountains someplace and don't bother anybody? You
Yeah.
got a personality like a dead moth. Okay, the fun's over. Anybody messes this thing up for me tonight is through. Not only are you fired, your life is over. I'll see to it that you never work again and that you wind up tearing tickets off in Kuwait. Salam alaikum, kalam Allah, and everybody sucking sand. Nobody messes up. You understand me?
Let's go to the other scene. Come on.
We're not even close. I know we're not. Hey, there's a message. Maybe
I
it's a
mean-
job. 1,006 days? We're not even close. I know.
I mean, it's like I can almost say that it's sort of weird the way this works out. What he says, when I think about what people are trying to do, will it work? And I guess I just kind of think,
We're not even close. I know we're not. Hey, there's a message. Maybe it's a
there's a
job.
message.
Hey, Fatso! Fatso! It's me, Hamilton, your boss from the movie theater. I saw that TV
Crammington.
commercial you made. Fat, 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 when you sweat, oil will come off your ass.
Okay, folks.
Good grammar and spelling are
Now
important. But if
that
you want to write
that was fun. That was pretty. Folks, that is just we're gonna end it there because I may lose control here and I may fuck up on my challenge. I don't want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and quit while we're doing awesome right now. We're gonna quit right now and we're going to go ahead and fly our way home. If you're on your way home and you're watching this, because I mean, who knows? You may be watching this in midday. You may be listening to this and you're on your way home. You may be home now and just get ready to relax, and you may be by your lonesome, maybe not. But if you're in that headspace, you might just see that honeybee, that one solitary we call the lonesome honeybee, that's going to take you home, folks. As we do our thing, we're going to do it differently now because I want to be able to tell people to stay woke, stay wary. Have a good night, folks. We achieved it. A show completely about ourselves and our content. I did it. And we'll just keep on doing it. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep on doing it. But we'll see. Again, folks, stay woke, stay wary. Good night.